So Islam is not a threat to the UK. I know in this country we was made to believe that Islam was dangerous, that Muslims didn't like us, but I found out, I'm a Christian, that it was all bullshit. Speaking to Muslims now, having Muslims around me in my life, even though I am not a Muslim, all I get is love, all I get is kindness, all I see is open-hearted, kind people who want to connect with people of other religions and people in this country. The majority just want to do good, but unfortunately, because the minority have done some bad things, the very, very little few minority have done some bad things, the media wants to use it to blow it all up, to give us someone to hate, to try and divide us, when we have more in common with them than we definitely have the things that aren't in common. So you've got to be more open-minded, you've got to push yourself to be better and open your mind up. Because the thing is, if you just give them hate, don't expect to get love back. That's not the way it works. But if you can open your mind up and sit down and speak to people and give them a chance, listen to them and be kind to them, you will get nothing but love and kindness back from people who practice Islam, people who are Muslims. That's all I've found. But I've been good, I've opened my mind up, I've opened my heart up, I've listened to them, I've give these people a chance, and my evidence that I found is that Islam is not a threat to the UK. The minority, the very few minority, might be dangerous, as there are in all religions and all walks of life, but we shouldn't label the majority just because of what the minority have done. As a Christian, I don't want to be labelled by the priests and vicars who fiddle with kids. I also don't want to be labelled by the Christians who in America 40 years ago were killing black people for fun. I don't want to be labelled by that minority, so we shouldn't label Islam and Muslims by the minority of what they have done. We need to be better than that. So Islam is not a threat to the UK. I'm getting a lot of comments, people saying Islam is cancer. Real Islam is not. These people who are committing atrocities in the name of Islam are not real Muslims. They're gangsters who are using stuff from the Quran, which has things like the Bible that can be twisted. They're not real Muslims. All the real Muslims I know and follow, when that incident happened at the synagogue in Manchester the other week, straight away posted, saying that attack has got nothing to do with Islam. We stand with our Jewish brothers and sisters. That is a real Muslim. That is the real Islam that real Muslims follow. And if you put yourself out there to speak to and find and get to know people who really follow Islam, they will do anything for you. They will fight for peace over violence. They will help people of other religions. They will not judge people of other religions. They will support people of other religions. They will welcome you into their community. As I've said before, they will feed you. They will do anything for you. Real Islam is not a threat to the UK. These gangsters who want to use it as an excuse to commit violent atrocities are obviously a threat. So I love Muslims and immigrants, and I'm going to tell you why. You might be watching my videos thinking, why do you keep banging on about this, Joe? Why don't you shut up and speak about something else like mental health and that? But I love it because we was brought up in a time to hate and not understand these people, but actually getting to meet them and to see that there's good in every part of the world, that the world is full of good people, and that we have things in common with people from places halfway around the world that are supposedly completely different to us, and getting past that mindset the media has given us and given me has made my world a completely different place. It's made me have more connections. I love speaking to people from different countries. I love it when I speak to somebody and have a connection with somebody and a good conversation from a country that we were told to hate. We were told hates us. We were told they're from a culture that doesn't like us. We can't get on. We have nothing in common. I love proving that narrative wrong. I search for them connections. I search for them people from places, whether it's Syria, Iraq, Afghanistan, whether Saudi Arabia, whether it's women I speak to online who wear a burqa and we're told they're completely different and don't like us, and having a connection, having a good conversation like I'd have with somebody in Wigan and being able to get on, and it just proves to me that the world is full of good and bad, and we've got more in common with each other than we think.